the Online Racing Network, coming to you live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's ORL IROC II. As we get ready to go for the second race on the season, it is a 65-lap race from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We get ready to go racing. We only have 5 cars here for the race. However, I suppose it is better than none, as it's now race time, and we are ready to go. So let's move right on over to here, which is where everything is up and ready, and we will get the command right now. There's the command to fire the cars up. Let's go through the starting lineup pretty quickly. On the pole, we have James Bowles in at 27, looking for his first career ORL sanctioned race win. On the outside, it's the broadcaster for Online Racing Network, Jimmy Powell. He won at Talladega in Season 1, and he is an ORL IROC rookie. Behind them, Drew Hutchinson, another non-winner in the Online Racing League. And on his outside, David Alvarez, the defending Talladega winner from a season ago, and the ORL Season 1 champion. And then rounding out the field, Tyler Mallon. He won last week at Daytona, and he's an ORL IROC rookie and a Season 2 champion. Coming down, green flag is in the air. We're underway at Atlanta. Really quick start. 65 laps, the distance that they have to complete. Here they come through turn 1. Bowles out in front, Hutchinson to the inside, he slides onto the apron, he slides at the racetrack, here comes everybody passing him, 3 wide at the top, and Powell gets turned, collected is Alvarez, up and over they go, caution flag is out, and we're gonna try this one again. So, take number 2.
Just like I told the boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today, we got a good race car,
all right.
We got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we gotta do is just
So these things happen.
We'll be just fine at the end of this thing.
And yeah, that's... Yeah, hopefully we can make it past turn 2 this time. And we wait now for the command once again, and hopefully we don't have a big crash in turn 2 this time around.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Field comes to life on the backstretch. We get ready to go again. We'll try it again. Again, the field looks like this. It's Bowles, Powell, Hutchinson, Alvarez, Mallon. Those are the only 5 cars that are here this weekend out of the 7 that are left that are eligible. Pretty predictable field. Drive-through not here, Huang not here. Those are the only 2 that are left that haven't shown up. So effectively, both of them will be out of the championship. And right now, the championship looks to be between Bowles, Mallon, Alvarez, and Hutchinson. As we know, Powell will also miss a week coming up. We'll try this one again for the second time, and hopefully the last time. We'll try to start the race. We're underway. Race 2 of ORL IROC II is underway. Powell cuts to the bottom going into turn 1. He takes second away. He's got a 2-car length lead over everybody else, but it's all Bowles as they come off turn 2. Hutchinson clears Alvarez for third, and now Mallon looks to the bottom. Down the back stretch they go. Everybody single file. Here comes Powell. Not wasting any time. He goes to the bottom. Side by side for the lead is now Hutchinson. Looks at the middle. Powell with the run on the bottom. The outside line strong, but for how long? Bowles hangs with him to the line, side by side. And across the line for lap number 1, it will be Bowles, I believe, leading that lap. Here they come through turn 1. Powell got credit for the lap. 5/1000ths of a second the gap. Here comes Mallon up the middle. Alvarez all the way down by the line. Into turn 3, Powell clears for the lead. Mallon fighting for second. He's going to clear Bowles. And Hutchinson takes third away. Check that, that's Alvarez. 2 laps complete. Here comes Mallon to the inside. Atlanta's one of his strongest racetracks, and here comes everybody with him. Mallon out in front, Alvarez in second. Powell moved back to third. Headed for 3. Everybody now single file around the racetrack. Mallon now leads his first lap of the night. You only get credit for leading the most laps. You don't get any credit for leading one singular lap. Here they come through turn 2. Onto the backstretch. Alvarez right on the bumper of Mallon. Alvarez looks to the bottom as a corner panel right there. Off of 4. Powell looks to the bottom. Can't make it happen. Has to push Alvarez. At the line. Too close to call. I'm not sure who led that lap. Waiting for scoring. Might go to Alvarez here. Down the backstretch. Alvarez now out in front. And he did get credit for that lap. 1/1000th of a second at the line. Here comes Powell to the bottom. He takes second. Bowles now working on Mallon for third as Hutchinson pulls away by 3 car lengths. Everybody single file once again. Here they come through 1 and 2. Alvarez out in front. Then it's Powell, Mallon, Bowles, and Hutchinson. That's the 5. That's the field. Through turns 3 and 4, Alvarez blinking just a little bit. Here comes Mallon right on the back bumper of Powell. Powell trying to make something happen on Alvarez. Alvarez hangs on to that 2 car length lead. And Mallon looks to the inside in the dogleg. Into turn 1, looking for second. And he's got the spot. Slides up in front of him and takes the lead. Takes second. Down the backstretch, Bowles right on Powell's bumper. Remember, Powell blew an engine while fighting for the lead. Actually took the lead, and then the car blew up. Late in that one, he was not happy. He's looking to get redemption here in Atlanta. However, Mallon really strong at this racetrack. Alvarez appears to really like the setup, and it's tough to pass. Once these cars are up to full speed, it's a 4-car breakaway at the front, and then Alvarez leaning behind as Powell really slid through turn 2, and Bowles is going to look to the inside for third. Alvarez pulls to the bottom. Mallon goes up to the top. Bowles will clear himself from Powell coming off turn 4. Move Bowles into third, and here's Mallon to the bottom at the line. Not quite enough, but he's definitely there. Side by side for the lead going into turn number 1. Mallon on the bottom, Alvarez on the top. Here they come through turns 1 and 2. Mallon able to clear himself up off the corner. Bowles now catching the battle for the lead. Powell right on his back bumper through turn 3. Alvarez trying to catch Mallon into 2 cars, then 2 car lengths, then 2 more cars. Here comes Powell to the bottom off 4. Nine laps complete. Alvarez has led the most with 5. Mallon and Powell each leading 2. Down the backstretch. Alvarez still on the back bumper. A very strong car for him in that 68. Looking for his second career IROC win. Through 3 and 4. Not quite close enough. Maybe a car length between those 2. But Alvarez is certainly trying to get the draft and trying to find a way past Mallon. Back to turn 1 they go. Powell stuck behind Bowles. Not really anywhere to go. Alvarez catches the wall. What a slide. What a save. He's going to fall to 4th. His car just got way too tight. So move Bowles to 2nd. Powell to 3rd. Mallon now has a big gap. Great save for Alvarez. Powell right on the bumper of Bowles coming off turn 2. Down the backstretch headed for 3. Bowles and Powell almost bump drafting each other down the backstretch. They're catching Mallon a little bit. Mallon goes a little wide, as does Alvarez. Bowles and Powell stay towards the middle of the track. 12 laps complete. Mallon looking for his second win in a row, trying to lock this IROC championship up early. And certainly he looks to be the car to beat for the title. Through 3 and 4, Bowles slides at the racetrack. Powell looks to the bottom, nothing there. The gap was just about a quarter of a second last time by. We'll see what it is this time by. Down the backstretch, off turn 2. The gap now 0.3 of a second, so Mallon just barely pulling away. Powell now looks to the bottom of Bowles through turns 3 and 4. He's got a bumper, gets a little loose, can't get there. And Alvarez is coming right back up to their back bumper. Might help if I turn the ticker on. There we go. Sorry about that. Alvarez pushing Powell down the backstretch. To the bottom. Bowles stuck up at the top. Move Powell to second. Alvarez to third. And Bowles to fourth. Bowles to fourth. Yep. There we go. 15 laps complete here at Atlanta. We've got 50 more. And Powell really overdrove it through turn 1 and 2. Here comes Alvarez. Back to the bottom, side by side for second. Mallon still out in front. The gap still about 0.3, although they're closing quick. Alvarez on the bottom. He washes up the racetrack. Bowles right on his back bumper. Big wobble by Alvarez. Everybody hangs on, and Mallon continues to pull away. Powell drove it in deep into turn 1. He's got a big run on Mallon down the backstretch. Right on his back bumper. Headed for turn 3. Alvarez down low. He slides up the racetrack. Powell still right there on Mallon. Powell goes to the outside. Everybody else goes to the bottom. We'll see if Powell can hold it. He cannot. Mallon clears him and Alvarez slides into second. Here comes Bowles. He looks for third and he's probably going to get it down the backstretch. Never mind. Powell gets the draft on the high side. Hangs on. Off turn 4. Here comes Alvarez. On the outside. Powell on the inside. Side by side for second again. Mallon still right out in front. Powell sends it deep into the corner, right underneath Alvarez. Powell is going to be able to clear Alvarez off the corner. Maybe not. David shoves his way back on the outside. Through 3 and 4. Powell retakes second. Now it's Bowles and Alvarez side by side for third. Hutchinson in the background in fifth. Bowles will take third, and here comes Hutchinson to the bottom. Looking underneath Alvarez. They're side by side for fourth. That's not going to help them trying to catch Mallon. Here comes Powell. Back to the back bumper of Mallon. I think he knows he's going to have to go to the inside to get by Mallon. He just needs to find a way. Maybe get him loose, bump him out of the way. Get some help from behind with Bowles, or will Bowles just try to go on his own? You can see how aggressive Bowles is being in the background. Hutchinson and Alvarez still side by side for fourth. Whoa! Whoa! Trouble! Hard in the wall goes Bowles. We stay green. Car caught the apron, got loose, tried to save it, and he almost did. Hard into the outside wall he goes. We do stay green. Hutchinson takes third. Alvarez drops to fourth. And Bowles is way back in fifth spot. 21 laps complete here at Atlanta. Mallon out in front. Bowles right on the back bumper, drove it in deep. Had to check up so he didn't run him over. Mallon's going to pull away a little bit down the backstretch. Mallon pulls it right back down on the bottom. To the inside. Here they come down the front stretch. Mallon leads that lap. Powell's got the run on the inside, headed for turn 1. Side by side for the lead. Drives it in deep. Mallon tries to pack up the corner. Hutchinson now has Alvarez underneath him. Powell back to the lead. Mallon cuts back to the bottom. He's not letting this over yet. Mallon runs the middle line. It's going to force Powell wide. Mallon clears him. Powell with the crossover. Alvarez takes third. It won't be enough for Powell, and Mallon retakes the lead. Technically never lost it. For 1 and 2. Alvarez now back in third. Hutchinson clinging on in fourth, and Bowles is flat about 5 seconds back. Headed for turn 3. Top 3 really close together, then Hutchinson 2 car lengths back from Alvarez. Just trying to hang with the pack. He got second a week ago at Daytona. It's still not over for him, looking to get a spot to fight for the championship come Talladega in 3 weeks. Next week we have off. For IROC, we come back the following week at Michigan, and then we end it in Talladega in 3 weeks. Knockos comes tomorrow night. 9 p.m. Eastern, we're at Edmonton. And still trying to work out some kinks for the broadcast with that. We'll see what happens. We will have more details as we get closer to race time tomorrow. And then the following week after that, the next broadcast would be Knockos again. And we will be at Road America, I believe. Road America or DuQuoin, one of the two is. Here comes Alvarez to the bottom. Up Powell looking for second. Hutchinson right behind him. The AMS teammates trying to battle the Chance 3 teammates up at the front. Hutchinson goes wide. Alvarez goes a little wide. Powell still right on the back bumper of Mallon, trying to get him up out of the way. 27 laps in the books. Oh, Alvarez! Wiggles coming up off the corner, looking to the inside of Powell for second. Hutchinson on the inside in fourth, trying to push him on. Powell hangs on the top. Mallon pulls away by 2-3 car lengths. Headed back for turn 1. Inside 40 laps to go. Probably look at the schedule instead of guessing for Knockos, and we will be at Road America in 2 weeks, then DuQuoin, and then Slinger to end it all. Slinger and Talladega will be back-to-back nights, and that will most likely be the last ORN broadcast you'll see here on the network. At least for the time being. I have no idea when we'll be back, if we'll be back. Something to keep an eye on for the future. So we'll be taking a break as people will be going back to school. Coming up in September, I know the Online Racing League will be taking a long hiatus. We may not see them come back until October or November. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks and really the coming months. See who's available, see what's available. And go from there. Here's the battle. 3 cars up at the front. Mallon, Powell, and Alvarez. Hutchinson sitting in fourth, about 2 car lengths back. As Alvarez just shoving Powell down the backstretch. This time by, we will have 30 laps complete and 35 to go. So we're closing in on the halfway mark here at Atlanta. This race a year ago, it was at a different version of Atlanta. However, it was it was Travis Malone that came away with the victory. Mallon looking for his 10th career ORL win. He's won 9 of them. Last week, Daytona made it number 9. And so far, he's led the most laps. Just needs to lead a handful more, maybe 10, and he will lead the most laps on the night. Alvarez looks to the outside. Hutchinson sliding in the background. Hutchinson tries to go with Alvarez up at the top of the track. Malin goes to pick up the draft on Powell. Now moves back up the racetrack. Powell looking to the inside, doesn't have a run. Hutchinson follows Powell on the bottom. And Alvarez is going to lose third, it looks like, to Hutchinson. Here they come off turn 2. Down the backstretch. Powell goes to the inside. Now goes back to the outside and falls in line with Malin. Still side by side for third. Hutchinson on the bottom. He's going to be able to clear Alvarez for third. Here comes Powell to the inside of Malin up off the corner. Doesn't have a lot of help. And Malin's able to block the spot. Next time by, we will reach halfway. Just about 33 laps. Hutchinson in third. If he can keep this up, keep the consistency up, maybe get a win at Talladega, he could be looking at an ORL championship. The champions, well, two out of the 3 champions that matter, ORL Season 1, IROC 1, and ORL Season 2. Only one champion is actually going on to win a race in that season, and it was Tyler Malin. Alvarez, when he won the Season 1 championship, didn't win a race. And then Trace, when he won the IROC championship for IROC 1, he did not win a race. His best finish was second, his worst finish was third. And right now, Hutchinson trying to fit into that as well. Back across the start-finish line, 34 laps should be complete. Yep. As Malin and Powell continue to put on a clinic up at the front. The battle for third picks up as Hutchinson and Alvarez have lost the top 2. But there's a big gap between Malin and Powell. Hutchinson slides up the racetrack. May have overcooked the tires a little bit. Still hanging on for now. And Bowles is, well, about half a lap behind the rest of the field. Malin continues to lead. Could he win for a second week in a row? It'd be nothing new compared to what we saw in Season 2. And in his lone start in Season 1, he went to victory lane at the season finale at Iowa. Certainly something to watch. "36 laps complete here at Atlanta. And we're going to take a quick little ORN race break. This is the Online Racing Network coming to you from Atlanta. It's IROC II. welcome you back live to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's continue to ride on board with Jimmy Powell, fighting for this lead with Tyler Ballard. And hear what Mallon and Powell are doing differently. Powell backs up the corners, gets the run through the center. Mallon drives it in deep and then has to lip really late. And that's where we could see some running into each other and some contact. We saw during the race break the big block that Mallon threw. He doesn't run the true outside line. He runs the middle of the racetrack, a real defensive line. So when Powell tries to cut to the bottom, Mallon just shuts the door on him, and really, Powell has nowhere to go. Because the outside line, it's really tough to pass here. And especially with how strong Mallon's car is on the bottom. 20 laps to go here at Atlanta. The battle for the leader, the battle for the lead continues to heat up. I can't make coherent sentences anymore. The battle for the lead continues to heat up. Mallon has officially led the most laps. Alvarez and Hutchinson have dropped back 6 seconds behind the leader. And right now, Alvarez hangs on to third. Hutchinson's in fourth, and Bowles, well, he's about to get lapped. He looks in his mirror, and he's going to see the leaders very quickly. Hopefully, he does not become a factor here in the finish of this one, as we are now 19 laps away from the checkered flag here at Atlanta. Great vantage point between the 27 and the 31, or the 21 and the 31, rather, as they really are fighting hard for this lead. The tires have got to be worn. I believe they can make it on fuel, although I thought I may have heard some clutching going through the corners. These guys are running on worn race cars. Nobody has pitted. It's certainly a dogfight between these two to try and get the win. And could we see the bumpers or maybe some net code that could cause the bumpers to make contact? Who knows? It all depends on what we see here as we are under 20 to go. Mallon washes up. You see Powell get the run, but he doesn't want to get into him quite yet. He's right there. It's just so difficult to pass with these cars. It's almost next to impossible. Mallon is such a strong car. Powell doing everything he can to get to his bumper. He just can't get by without, I think, giving him a little bit of contact. And there you see Bowles, the middle on the left of your screen, about to get lapped. As this time by, we will have 16 laps to go as Mallon slides up, Powell slides up, Bowles is there, they all cut to the bottom. Since we had to restart the race, we've gone caution-free. Mallon looks to the top, Powell has enough room on the bottom, Powell slides up the racetrack. Bowles still has a fast car, and with the draft, he could have a shot, even though he did hit the wall pretty hard. We'll go on board. Rear camera from Tyler. 15 laps to go this time by. Oh, you heard it right there. You heard it there. Tyler is saving fuel. You heard the clutch. Mallon trying to make it without pitting. That's how close these cars are. You gotta wonder if Powell's going full throttle if he has enough fuel to make it. Unless he thinks that Mallon cannot make it. If so, even with him saving fuel, that will help him in the long run. Right there, you heard it. That was a really long one. He has to be really, really close. He's going to cut it all the way to the end. See how much Powell's backing off? I think Mallon's better off than Powell is. And Powell really has to take it easy. They're trying to save tires, trying to save fuel, so if they both can make it, then it's going to be a real dogfight trying to save fuel to get to the checkered flag. Powell shouldn't be running that outside. He should be running the bottom. That's where he's going to save the most fuel. That's why you see Tyler down there. Definitely not helping him. Nobody has come onto pit road. 11 laps to go. You hear Malin, he's not saving anymore. I think he might be to the good. He's only got 10 laps to go this time. Let's go back on board with Jimmy. See what we can hear. Yeah, he's not clutching it either. Into turn 3. Allen backed up that corner a little bit. Out of 4. 9 laps to go in Atlanta. Will the strategies pay off? Powell right on Malin, just can't get by him. Powell is running faster laps than Malin last time by. Just by a 1/10. But if that keeps up, it could be enough. Unless Powell is just not saving as much fuel, thinking he can make it. Allen's starting to pull away again. Powell washes up, almost catches the wall. Those right front tires, I'm sure, are shot. 7 to go. I think Malin may have this one all wrapped up, because he's extended the lead, and he's now running faster laps than Jimmy. Looking for his second win in a row. Last time by, Powell was faster by almost 1 mile an hour. Down the backstretch, headed for turn number 3. Allen running the middle, Powell running the bottom. 5 laps to go in Atlanta. One giant chess game on the racetrack between this 31 and 21. They may have been teammates in Season 2, but right now it's every man for himself as Powell really goes wide, almost catches the wall. 4 to go. Malin kicks it into overdrive. Something catastrophic is going to have to happen to Malin if Powell is going to have one last shot, I think. I just think the right front tire on Powell's car is cooked. 3 to go. Back to turn 1. Caution free the whole race, 65, well, soon to be 65 laps uninterrupted. Certainly impressive after the 3 cautions we had a week ago. Off turn 4. 2 laps to go at Atlanta. Mallon, can he get it done? Certainly trying to. Trying to lock this championship up early. Alvarez should get 3rd. He's got an 8-second gap over Hutchinson for 4th. And Bowles is stuck a lap down, and he is going to get 5th place. And into turn 3. Coming to the white flag. Will everything hang out? 1 lap to go here at Atlanta. Powell has been there the whole race. He's going to need something big in order to get there right now and give Mallon a run for the money. 4 car lengths is the gap. Into turn 3. Mallon arcs it in. Powell trying to close. Right front tire can't hold. Into the wall he goes. Checkered flag. Tyler Mallon wins at Atlanta. 2 in a row. Powell threw everything he had at it. Fantastic race. And an incredible win by Mallon, who wins 2 races in a row again and gets his 10th career online racing league victory. While Tyler's doing his burnouts, will bring up Powell, who finished 2nd.
Going on there at the end.
Well, Jimmy, so close. We were within 5 car lengths there at the end. Out-strategized, just couldn't save as much as Tyler did, or take us through.
I wouldn't say out strategize. We were teaming up there at the end to make sure that we could both make it. We were doing a lot of fuel strategy there in the middle of the race, and then once we knew we were good on fuel, because James was by himself and he said that he was 1 to the good on full throttle, so I knew that we were going to be good. So really it was just tire conservation at that point, and I think he had just a little bit better tires than us. We kept on pushing up the track there, especially in the later run, which is to be expected on old tires, but I can't even be mad about 2nd, because I finished with a good clean car, and we did as best as we could to get up there, and we fought hard. But, you know, Tyler's got that special skill at these tracks, and this is his domain pretty much, these 1.5-mile tracks. So I can't say anything but congratulations to Tyler. He raced a hard-fought race there, and he got the better end of it, so he definitely deserves it.
But still, a fantastic run. It was great to watch you and Tyler fight really all day for the win. It's been between you the whole time. It was great to watch, and I know you'll miss Michigan in 2 weeks, but I'm pretty sure we'll see you tomorrow night for Nakos.
Yeah, but like I said, Tyler, he definitely deserved this win, and I'm proud of how I performed. I've raced on this track before with this same setup, so I had a little bit of an edge on the competition because I knew how the car was going to handle. But even with that, Tyler just finds his ways, and he got it. And I'm sad that I'm going to miss Michigan, but I'll be here for Talladega hopefully, and we'll be able to have a good finale.
Congratulations on second place, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Knockouts. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And let's bring in the race winner. Well, Tyler, you did it. You led 58 laps. You win 2 in a row. You have a conquering command over the points lead. Take us through, how on earth did you hang on for that long with those tires and stay out in front for basically the whole race?
Oh my goodness, it was first of all, I just want to say that it was a great race at the end between Jimmy and I. He's always so fast at Atlanta, and it's always a lot of fun to be around him. And it was a great race all around. Actually, it was tires were definitely a factor, but I think fuel was really the big deciding thing, because we had to save quite a bit earlier in the race, and if you could hear me just like completely clutching entering turns, you could tell that we were saving a lot, because we were originally like one lap not to the good, I guess, and it took a lot of saving to get to the good. But it was caution pure race. That's awesome. So, anyway, it was a great race all around.
Yeah, it was really, really fun to watch. Between you and Jimmy, really all race, and I don't think we could have asked for anything better. So we'll see you tomorrow night, I guess, for Knockouts, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Michigan.
Yep. Thank you.
And that's the winner, Tyler Mallon. We'll take a look at the points here in just a second. Let's pull this stuff away. There you see it. Tyler Mallon, 48 points on top of the board. He's gotten max points both weekends here. Drew Hutchinson sits in second by 1 point over David Alvarez in third. Jimmy Powell, 26 points in fourth. James Bowles in fifth with 22 points. And everybody else, pretty much. Drive-through Huang, the only two that are still here. Drive-through with 7 points after the provisional points that he was given last week for the legitimate excuse, and Huang just hasn't showed up. So that should do it for us tonight. We will see you for some sort of Knockouts tomorrow night. Don't know who's going to be calling the race. We'll just leave that little cliffhanger for you. You'll be able to figure it out once the stream kicks off. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the call. That'll wrap things up here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. ORL will see you in 2 weeks at Michigan. From all of us, signed Jacob Hitz, Tyler Mallon, your winner today in Atlanta.